Hi, my name is Emily Madill. I'm here with what I call my weekly happiness video where I read aloud this week's featured article. This week's article is one that I wrote back in 2015. It's an excerpt from my book called Fall in Love with Your Life One Week at a Time, and it's also been featured on the Huffington Post and thriveglobal.com, and I'm honored to share it with you here this week. It's a topic that never gets old. It's called Let Go of Your Measuring Stick, Embrace Who You Are. How often do you compare yourself to others? More importantly, how does it feel when you do? Comparing yourselves to others is a common practice. This behavior begins in early childhood as a way of learning how to gain acceptance and approval from our loved ones. We may compare ourselves to someone else or to a standard we have set for ourselves. We may even compare ourselves to ourselves, wishing we were more like who we used to be or like some imagined version of who we could be. Either way, if we aren't accepting ourselves the way we currently are, we pay a price. There is a cost every time we put our worth on the line to be measured. Every time we doubt ourselves and wish to be different than we are, we chip away at the important relationship we have with ourselves. Bit by bit, comparison has a way of clouding our view and weakening our inner bond. Comparing ourselves to others is entirely different from being inspired by others. When we are inspired by someone, we see value in what that person is offering the world. Witnessing their gift enriches our lives and lifts us up. When we are inspired by someone, we have a sense of joy and admiration for another human being. When we are inspired, we are motivated to create more happiness in our lives. But it doesn't come with a cost of hurting ourselves or the other person. When we compare ourselves to others, we are typically doing one of two things. We are either beating up on ourselves for not being like someone else, for not achieving what they have achieved, or we are being critical of others because it makes them and the gift they are sharing seem inferior. If that person is knocked down, then we gain a temporary feeling of superiority that masks our insecurity. I have learned comparison is a powerful gauge for how I am feeling about myself. If my reaction to someone's success is immediate joy and admiration, I know I'm feeling confident, happy with my life, and on my truest path. If, on the other hand, I immediately think about my shortcomings or failures, I am reminded I need to check in with myself. The same holds true when I find myself minimizing another person's success. I use that feeling as a strong indicator that I need to point the finger inward, perform more self-care, and build myself up. When we find ourselves in these negative spaces, it is never truly about the other person. It has to do with how secure we are with ourselves and how connected we are to our truth. There is enough room on this planet for everyone to shine their light bright and to experience joy. Happiness and fulfillment is not reserved for a select few. There is no happiness quota that means one person's success endangers another person's chance to experience similar success and joy. When we follow our own joy and accept ourselves right now, we stop trying to be more like others and less like ourselves. When we give ourselves permission to cherish our own personal gift and light, the need to compare shows up less and less. Here are a few of my favorite practices that help me let go of my measuring stick and embrace who I am. If they resonate, give them a try. Number 1, stay in your car. When you are distracted and worried about how you measure up to others, you step out of the driver's seat of your own journey. Focus on staying in your own car and on your own path. Give your fellow passengers a honk and a wave. Encourage them and give them space to be on their path. Let them go ahead if that feels right. Life isn't a race. Nobody departs this world with a first place ribbon. Stay in your car and enjoy your journey. That is your golden ticket. Number 2, build yourself up. Be kind to yourself and have fun changing your thoughts and words. If you find you're beating up on yourself or another person, don't use these experiences to judge yourself and feel worse. Instead, use your experiences to self-reflect and say something different moving forward. Make a new choice to build yourself up. When you're out of your element and feel uncomfortable or insecure, treat yourself the way you would treat a young child learning something new for the first time. Encourage and comfort yourself as you learn how to build yourself up. Before you know it, it will become more natural to let go of comparison in exchange for accepting yourself as you are right now. Finally, number 3, celebrate. Celebrate where you are in this moment. You don't need to have a huge accomplishment or reason. The fact you are here, alive on a human journey, is the accomplishment worth celebrating. While you're at it, celebrate others too. Give them a high five for being awesome as they are. Spread your acceptance and love of humanity every chance you get. We are all in this together. There is no need to compare. We all suffer, we all triumph, and the messy, blissful journey we are currently on is the reason for celebration. Measuring sticks are good for one thing: to help you remember how far you have come and how amazing you have always been. So that is our article this week. It's called Let Go of Your Measuring Stick, Embrace Who You Are. And again, I did share it's an excerpt from my book called Fall in Love with Your Life 1 Week at a Time, which is a journal style book that offers you a year's worth of simple practices and ideas like these. There's space inside the book at the end of each week to journal right inside, to record your own self-reflections, and the idea is to put one practice in play each week, just to build your mindful muscle and to just to gradually, step by step, to build yourself up and to just enjoy your journey a little bit more. So the article, again, can be found in this book, and it's also up on thriveglobal.com as well as my website, emilymadill.com. I'm honored to be one of Thrive Global's editors at large, so I share all of my writing up on thriveglobal.com. So I'll share a link below this video to the article in case you want to have a read through or you want to share it with someone who could use a little boost. And I'll also include a link to this book. It's available on most popular online retailers, and you can request to have it added to your local bookstore. And I have another, it's a companion guide to the Fall in Love with Your Life 1 Week at a Time book. It's called the Fall in Love with Your Life Seasonal Planner. It's a heart-centered, feminine way to organize your time. And this planner is more than a planner. It includes some self-coaching type practices and tools. I'm a certified professional coach, and so I've offered some of the things that I've learned along the way inside of this planner. And this planner also looks at time in a circle. So it's like a 24-hour clock. So it's all about using a feminine way to organize our time. There's a weekly planning ritual, and I have a membership that I support women in as well using this planner. So each week you sit down and you just carve out 10 or 15 minutes. You set your intention for the week, and you just set 3 top priorities. Yes, you get all of your to-dos out of your head, down onto paper, and really set yourself up to, on those Sundays when, you can have that feeling of overwhelm or anxiety about a full week ahead. It's about setting that emotional intention for your week. It's about designing your week in a really purposeful kind of way, and also in a very realistic way. So it's just about setting simple steps each day to set yourself up, to build yourself up, and to also remember to reset when you fall off your course, as we all do multiple times throughout the day or more. That's completely normal. So both of these books, as well as the articles and the weekly happiness note that I send out every Thursday morning, is all about just setting yourself up to see yourself as resourceful, to put simple strategies and practices in play. The weekly happiness that I send out, it just offers a little dose of happiness into your inbox, which can be so inundated these days with the opposite of that, to just give you some easy reminders. They're things that you know about, just to remember the good, to feel your best, and to reset as needed, to really put yourself in the car of your own journey, and to make that be as enjoyable as possible, because that's really all each of us is in control of. It's our own personal sense of happiness. So I hope something here was helpful to you today. Again, I will include links below this video to all of the resources that I shared, as well as the article. Have a wonderful week. Thanks for tuning in. Bye.